Hi guys, and welcome to another exposition slash presentation slash informative video. Here we're gonna present you the importance of the greenhouse and also to warn you about the methane gases produced also by the greenhouse. So I hope you enjoy the presentation and let's begin.
This slide talks about the greenhouse's causes and consequences and how is it produced. The principal causes of the greenhouse gases are the pollution that people mix with their cars, the farming, and the waste of animals. Scientists study how the greenhouse gases affects in the air and why does it makes the temperature increase. Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane trap the heat in the atmosphere, making the earth warmer. Methane is stronger than CO2, even if the methane lasts less in the air. And what does this cause? This causes the temperature in the air increase, and this makes more hotter summers and more hotter winters, and the glaciers melt, and this makes the sea of level rises.
The greenhouse effect. The definition of the greenhouse effect is that is the greenhouse effect is a natural process that warms the Earth's surface by trapping heat from the sun in the atmosphere. Role of methane in trapping heat. Methane is a strong greenhouse gas that traps more heat than that carbon dioxide, contributing significantly to global warming. Comparison with comparison with other greenhouse gases. Compared to other gases like carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide have a strong heat-trapping ability but are less abundant.
The scientific method, as we know it, is a systematic approach to research that involves making observations, forming hypotheses, and concluding experiments, and analyzing results. In the study of greenhouse gases, particularly methane, this method is crucial for understanding their production, behavior, and impact on climate change. In the context of methane production, a sustainable hypothesis might assert that increased agricultural activities led to higher methane emissions, thereby intensifying the greenhouse effect.
Experimentation, we use a step-by-step approach to the learning about how methane is the made of science. Identify variables. We find things that affect methane. Set up controlled experiments. We make experiments where everything stays the same except for the things we're checking to see how they affect method making. Collect data. Quantitative data on the methane concentrations, environment conditions, and the other relevant measurements are during the experiment.
Analyzing the experimental data reveals significant impacts of methane on greenhouse gas levels and temperature changes. 1.8 ppm is the average increase in methane level post-experiment. 2.5 Celsius is the average temperature rise linked to increased methane concentration. 150% increases in methane emissions from agricultural sources. A 30% contribution of methane to overall greenhouse gas emissions and 5 years duration of observation period methane fluctuations.
Conclusion and implications. The research on the methane production reveals significant insight into its the role as opponent greenhouse gas. Elevated methane levels contribute to the greenhouse effect, leading to accelerated global warming and climate change, underscoring the necessity for further investigation and intervention strategies.
Our future research directions are identifying key areas for advancing our understanding of methane emissions and their impact on greenhouse gases. For example, the methane emission sources, like investigate the various biological and anthropogenic sources of methane production, including agriculture, landfills, and natural gas extraction. Methane mitigation strategies, like explore innovative technologies and practices to reduce methane emissions from existing sources. The impact of climate change or on methane production. So we want to study how changing climate conditions may influence methane production and release from natural and anthropogenic sources. And long-term monitoring of methane levels, like establish comprehensive monitoring systems to track methane concentration globally and across different ecosystems. And lastly, public awareness and policy development, assess the role of public policy in addressing methane emission and the importance of raising awareness about their effects on climate change.
Just to finish and don't make this any longer than it is, I'm gonna say a quote to make a strong conclusion. It says that climate crisis is not a political issue. It's more like a moral and also spiritual challenge to all humanity. So don't forget, you can make a change. You can recycle, reuse, I don't know. But the problem here is that humanity don't make this change. We can start by little. You can cheer like your neighbors or your friends to make this project so we can have a better world. Thank you.